it's just invaluable. I couldn't do my job without working with. I couldn't do my job well, in my opinion, without working with physios, good physios.
And that comes
Um,
back to what you said about the holistic approach.
yeah,
I think
yeah,
in my practice, this is a bit of a generalization, but I see three forms of pain within
yeah,
dogs. The first one being is they have a problem, they are in discomfort, they hurt. That could be any range of things. So, hip dysplasia, cruciate, IVDD in the early stages,
yeah,
they have an actual cause. The second one is they have a fear of pain. Now, although this isn't a physio thing, any dog that's been hit regularly will flinch when it thinks it's going to be hit or if a loud
yeah,
noise happens. So you've then got your dog who might be managing with its not great hips, but it's so
yeah,
frightened of somebody touching it in the wrong place or another dog knocking it that then shows signs of pain, even though it's not in pain. And the last
yeah,
one, which is a little bit harder to define, is their self made pain. So, this is the dog that actually is musculoskeletally fine. They aren't anticipating pain because they're overweight and they can't run away from another dog, but they become so tense, wound up, and upset, they actually contract their body and cause pain. And the example I always use when I'm explaining this to owners is if you drive somewhere you're not used to driving and you hunch your shoulders, you tense your neck, you're looking around, you get out of that car and you now
yeah.
hurt. There isn't actually anything physically wrong with you. You've caused that. And I do see that a lot in dogs where
Oh, I think
examine
it's
them.
happening. Yeah, I think it happens a lot, and I think it happens a lot. And that's why it's for me. I'm not going to be able to tell the difference between chronic pain or because it is this loop, isn't it? And I see this, and I love that explanation, Juniper. In fact, I want you to write that down, okay, so that I can put it on my website for people. Um, because and it is this loop, isn't it? It's in fact I've got exactly that going on with one of my boys at the moment. I've always assumed because he's a very stressy dog and he obviously genetically is quite fearful. He's also gone through trauma, so there's lots going on there. And now, sorry, my phone keeps pinging. Um, and now he actually does have a problem. We're getting X-rays tomorrow, but it's kind of what comes first, the chicken or the egg. There's this constant loop, isn't there? Of and then the pain causes more stress, and it's the same with mental. Whenever we're working with mental health, gut issues. For me, gut issues are exactly the same. We've got this gut brain axis, this constant loop going, and that's why we have to work together. We can't work as individuals, and I think in the animal world, this is what we've been lacking so much. I'm going to kill my phone in a minute. It's very
We
distracting.
do. We sit in our boxes. We're sometimes looking over our shoulder, going, "Oh, hang on a minute, are they going to take my business from me?" Yet I could spend, or an owner could spend a lot of money, and I could spend many hours making a dog more comfortable. But if the moment that dog goes outside and a car drives past, it tenses its own body up, it's
Yeah,
literally going to start undoing it. Whereas if
yeah,
we're working with a behaviorist, even a trainer that is
yeah.
going to work in a very positive way so that that dog stops associating the fear, we can then break that cycle. And it is really narrow minded when we're not working together. I mean,
And it's not when we look at the human health of things, we've been working. I mean, that still needs work on. Don't get me
yeah,
wrong. But at the same time, I mean, we never work separately. We have multidisciplinary team meetings with a collaboration of different people every single month for a person. And yet, with dogs and horses and whatever other animals, we don't have that. And I think there's also and I may get shot for saying this, but I also think there's a lack of respect for certain professions.